Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for returning to another video. Where do we start? As I've been, talking to you guys about moving to Arizona, giving you recommendations, I wanted to come on here to tell you guys, share with you things I wish someone had told me before I moved to a new city. Let's not talk about Phoenix, Arizona specific, because I think this is a whole thing to a new city. And this is actually going to be kind of a more quicker video. And I want to share with you what I wish someone would have told me, because I want to help you out before moving to a new city. I gotta help you. I gotta help a friend out or family out, just so we don't make the same mistakes that we did. Now, first thing on the list, what I wish someone told me was moving from a small town to a big city, I needed to really double every single expense. Yeah, should have doubled the cost of rent. In fact, I think my rent became, oh my God, because our rent went from $800 in Iowa to paying twice. Yeah, our rent doubled. Obviously, utilities double, things like that. And the thing that I didn't do was at least try to double my salary. Well, I mean, the new job opportunity that I did get was good, and they obviously paid for our relocation from Iowa to Phoenix or the Scottsdale area. And damn, my bills became expensive. Things became expensive, like the rent, utilities. Obviously, we moved into a newer apartment, so things were more energy saving, so the utilities weren't as expensive. We have moved to a more older building before, and utilities was more expensive, and I was like, nah, not doing it again. So one thing, make sure you make enough money. Not like we didn't, things where it was just we were living cheaper in Iowa. When I lived in Iowa, we were able to, it was a lot more affordable, things were cheaper, we were able to save a whole lot more money. But moving to a new city, I just didn't realize just how things would be a lot more expensive. And gas prices too. Oh my gosh. The gas prices, I think since when I was coming to visit Arizona, I wasn't looking. So thing number one, expenses most likely going to double, especially when moving from a smaller town to a bigger city. Yes, things will be more expensive. So make sure that you're accounting for that. To gas prices, if you are going to be driving a lot, in Iowa, gas prices at the time was $2, and people were already complaining about how much gas prices are. When I came to Arizona, gas prices were $4.20, $4.50. Whenever it hit that 3 something, oh my gosh, we were happy. We're like, oh my God, the prices are gone down. Gas prices were so expensive. So if you're moving from a city where gas prices is cheap, because maybe you guys are a lot more, there's ethanol in your state, especially in the Midwestern states in Texas, gas prices, especially states that, produce corn, they tend to have more ethanol, have ethanol plants, and they're ethanol infused fuel. So, gas tends to be cheaper in those states. Not Arizona. Gas prices are expensive here. Another thing, going out to eat is not cheap. Like I said, when you move to a bigger city, things are quite expensive. So let's just put it at that. What other thing? Oh, another thing is that people are not exactly the same, it is the same country, however, different states, there are different temperaments of people. There are a lot more. When I came to Arizona, obviously, I think whether it's because of how close proximity it is to, LA and Vegas and things like that, there is that little bougie, Hollywood lifestyle going on in the Phoenix area, especially in Scottsdale. You kidding me? I went to a dermatologist appointment, and when I told people at the time I was going to see a dermatologist, for some reason, it didn't register to me that a lot of people assumed maybe I was going for like lip fillers, some Botox, or whatever to get my face snatched. Honey, I was going for my scalp. I was having really bad dandruff. I needed to get that situated. But I guess people didn't, it wasn't safe to assume that people just thought that I was going to dermatologist for lip fillers or, a little Botox. I've actually met a few people who have asked me if I get lip fillers. And at first I was like, you just assume people, but it's a thing when you move to a city. A lot more cosmetic procedures, and it's very normal here. So that was something that was quite new to me. So if you're moving from a more smaller town to a new city, I feel like it would have been good to know that the culture is a little bit more different in a bigger city. I shouldn't assume that it's going to still give that small town vibe. So nope, it didn't give small town vibe at all. It's a big city, different types of people, different temperaments. Yeah. Another thing that I wish people told me was I didn't need to go with the first option of honestly anything or any service when I moved to a bigger city. Living in a small town, you tend to go with maybe the first or second option of something just because the supply of either a service or a product is a lot more limited. So you tend to go with the same service over and over again. However, here, actually, you don't want to go with the first choice here. You want to either get quotes from so many different people, you want to check out so many different places before you decide, just because in a bigger city, there's a whole lot more options of things, which, to be honest, that's something I wanted. It's better. I love that. I love to have a lot more options. So yeah, I think that's something I wish I needed to kind of switch that mentality of, I don't need to go with the first choice that I have. I could literally try other things before deciding on what I want to do. Same thing when we were looking at apartments. Just because I went to the first one didn't mean oh my gosh, this is it. Even if obviously there's that first choice sentiment that you tend to have or retain when you're making choices. However, allow yourself to view as many apartments as possible. Figure out as many choices as you want. In fact, not just seeing so many different apartments, look at different types of apartments. Look at renting from a landlord if it's a house, renting from single family apartment complexes, or the stacked house and apartment complexes. Look at gated communities. Look at the difference and see what is something that you like and what you don't like. To be honest, there are a few things about apartment complexes that tend to be a big deal in apartments, but then I later realized I could care less if an apartment complex has them. And one of the things was shockingly a gym. The first couple years when I lived in Arizona, I had a Pilates membership, and where I lived had a gym, and I barely used that gym. I don't know why that is. So I feel like maybe if I looked for alternate housing that didn't necessarily have some of those amenities that I knew I wasn't going to necessarily use a lot, maybe things would have been a lot cheaper. So allow yourself to figure out what truly is important to you and what is it that you want to have when you move to a new city, because it can make a whole lot of difference on you saving thousands of dollars. Because some of the things I wish I knew may have cost me a couple money, but all that to say, we figured it out. I hope whatever spiel or suggestion it is I shared in this video helps you in some kind of way. If you have any questions, make sure you leave it down in the comment section below. Share your opinions, your stories about moving to a new city. If you are moving to Arizona anytime soon, or the Phoenix area, make sure you put it down in the comment section below. Let us know what you're excited about, what it is you're looking forward to, and we could potentially give you suggestions on things, because I know my comment section on some of my videos, there are people who just go on there and share, hey, I'm excited I landed on your video, I'm going to be moving to Arizona. We love seeing those. I love seeing those comments on my videos. So if you're moving to Arizona, or if you've lived in Arizona and you've moved out, let us know what are some things that it's in Arizona that honestly made you move out, or some of just the things that are making you come back. If you're coming back, if you've lived here before, or if you're moving to the area, what is something that's making you move to Arizona? A lot of people obviously have so many different reasons. I and my channel have shared so many of the reasons that I've moved here, and you guys already know I love living here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.